I used to believe the Republicans provided a real alternative voice to Democratic excesses. What I've found is that the Republicans now have gone over to what I'll call the dark side. They're against everything. They have no plans. They're against the ACA, which they call Obamacare, which is flourishing today, which has helped a lot of people get insurance. Yeah, there are problems with it. I believe there are. But one of the problems is that people don't look at it always in the long term. Because in the long term, it's going to help an awful lot of people. And the states that it's on the long term have really covered so many more hundreds of thousands of people. It's astonishing. And you know what? The insurance companies love it. That's why I can't understand why the Republicans keep saying they want to pull it apart and tear it down. If there's one thing that stands out about it that everybody ought to think about, it has forced the insurance companies to cover every single person who has a pre-existing condition. Whereas before, they throw you out when they found out about your pre-existing condition when you made a claim.
So why are you in favor of Drew Levins then, Congress?
Because I believe he'd be a fresh voice. I believe he would bring some reality to the whole process of the Congress. The biggest stumbling block in our Congress is the fact that nothing's getting done. Not a thing. No laws are being passed. Everything is negative. And that's because of the Tea Partians, I believe, who have infiltrated the Republican Party and changed it from what it used to be, which was a viable alternative to Democrats, to something that's completely obstructionist. It's a know-nothing party. They want to do the climate control. They want to do immigration. And immigration is what's made this country great. My name is Lawrence White. I live in Mission Viejo. I've lived here for 12 years. I have a son who's 40, and I have a wife that I've been married to for over 40 years. I really have been an independent, but I've started leaning Democrat because I don't like what the Republicans are doing anymore. And I live here. We have 2 dogs. I love Mission Viejo. As I jokingly said, they can carry me out of here in a box. I love the place I live in. This is my living room we're sitting in. So I'm for Drew because I believe he'll provide that fresh voice, which the House of Representatives barely needs.
And then go.
I was up in Cornell, and I walked by a store, and on that store, the owner had posted a poster that said, "I built this business by myself. I don't owe anybody anything. It's my business." And I thought, the sidewalk in front of him, he didn't build. The trucks that bring the goods to his store, he didn't own. The employees in his business on the days he was off or sick were what kept it going. Labor has always been important to the United States. Without it, it wouldn't work. In the coal mines, in the steel mills, labor's been what's really important. And I believe the Republicans want to denigrate it. They've called hourly workers names. They've called people who work for minimum wage or below lazy. They're not smart enough to get themselves out of that kind of menial labor. Well, I know that if you pay minimum wage, it's in tune with what I said earlier about Henry Ford. Henry Ford wanted to pay his workers well so that they could buy his cars. He was smart. People like Costco do the same thing. People like Walmart are only now starting to realize that. And I believe Drew will fight for those kind of people.
Thank you.
I'm ready.
There we go.
Hi, my name is Larry Light. I'm for Drew Levins, and here's why. And I want to talk to all the Republicans who are out there. The Republican Party is making you think that you're part of the 1%. Their tax cuts are intended for the 1%. Many of you forgot or don't know that Reagan raised taxes on most people. The 1% are the ones who want to keep polluting. The 1% are the ones who don't want to pay their fair share of taxes. And they would have you believe that they and you are the same. So when they talk about tax cuts, they're not talking about tax cuts for you. When they talk about saving Social Security, which doesn't need to be saved, they're not talking about anything to do with you. They're talking about the big investment companies who will profit from privatizing Social Security. So please remember, you're not part of the 1%. They're only telling you that to get you to vote for them so they can give more money to the 1%. And inequality is not good for this country. It will destroy this country. When the 1% owns 40% of the country already, what's going to be left for you?